It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports
Big
Network.
D.
My name, Neal Ruhl. This guy, Terry Foster. That guy, Darren McCarty. We got Westy, Alex Westfall here in the building. We also have the legend killer himself, Sam Flannel. We are live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. That is fact, not opinion. Happy to have everybody here with us today. Let's keep this really simple today, everybody. Jump in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Get your thoughts out there. We'll be going to you. You guys are steering this ship here today. Detroit Lions victorious 34-23 over the Minnesota Vikings. We're not wasting any time, Terry. We'll talk about the weekend and stuff tomorrow. Get into this, everybody. Your Detroit Lions alive and well in the playoff chase.
They are. But still a lot of work to do, and I think they acknowledge that. They dug a really deep hole, but they've been playing very good football, and that's the thing that we've been waiting for, them looking like a real NFL team. This is what they finally look like. And I know we were talking before, I think, what's the difference? I'll tell you what the difference is. It's the stupid mistakes have been eliminated. I thought the Lions came out yesterday too hyped, had a lot of penalties early, and so I'm thinking, okay, they're going to blow it again. Because now they got this big game and they're, jumping off sides and killing people and pulling out knives and doing all kinds of stupid stuff. But then it disappeared. And that's why they won.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Detroit Dabber 313 says, what up, though? Everybody, welcome in. Callie says, waiting for Neal to rain on our Lions parade. Wait.
No, stop
what?
it. Michigan only rains on Michigan's parade.
Yeah, absolutely. D-Mac, and again, guys, this is the overriding question today. What changed? They were 1-6. They were dead in the water.
Progress, not perfection. Right, Terry? And what you just said is that's what real NFL teams do during the game. They adjust, right? They might come out hyped. To me, that showed some sort of in-game maturity. But the big thing to me, Neal, is they figured out who they were. And I think it's a combination of what we talked about before the season when we were watching Hard Knocks, of having all the ex-players there to understand that they've gone through this grind of a full season, and getting guys to buy in has to do with the youth and stuff like this. But to me, the bottom line is they realize is they're a bend but don't break defense. They're not going to shut guys down. Here's the reality is you might have somebody from the other team come in and set a franchise record every game in a position, but that don't matter, because when you make plays that we asked for here when it mattered, look at Bugs forcing a fumble and recovering it. Look at the execution at the end of the game. They're doing things that they used to not do, but what NFL football teams do: execute on the Sewell play, right? Execute. Who calls? I mean, thank goodness it shows me times have changed when you can make a call in the third quarter, deep in your own territory, and have confidence to run a fake punt, to run it and get the first down. And I'm not even and here's the adjustment, right? The stupidity of taking whoever took the personal foul there, but they didn't let it bother them. We're watching this team grow in front of our eyes, and it's because of their self-awareness, Neal. That's what's changed. I think the key there, the stupid penalty didn't take away a first down. In previous lines, you would run a fake punt,
succeed, and then someone would hold, and then you have to bring it back.
And that's what's different, the execution of it, right? You look at okay, Bagley misses at the end of the first half to go up by 10, but when does he make it? He executes when he needs to make. Like
close
we've
down the
seen
club.
it lately in this run, is they need a first down to shut the game down. They get it, so they're doing what other NFL teams do. That's what the biggest thing is. They are self-aware, and it's beautiful to watch. They know there's work at hand. Moving forward, the Jets game. I was more worried about the Jets game moving forward than I was about the Minnesota game. But it's great to see that we didn't make the same mistakes. We're not making the same mistakes as we've made in the past.
Absolutely, Lions and look. We talked about this. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Alex Shea, let's get reckless, Neal. And that was the overriding. What if they win this game? And people said it's time to start talking reckless. It's time. It's time to talk about that. It was time to watch the scoreboard. I was in the airport coming home from Philadelphia yesterday. How'd
that Spirit flight work out for you, pal?
We'll talk about that later. But we were in there. You had the Lions game on one TV. You had Carolina, Seattle on the other one, and you're in it. And you're pulling for Carolina to win on the road. They did. You got the help. The Giants got stomped out. That helped. You see what I'm saying, though? Electricity. It's been so long. So long since we got to do that. And it's real. It's real now.
You were stuck in Philly, right? And on the TV. What was the atmosphere like other than Lions? But what is the view from other fans about the Lions watching this game?
And
the
I'm
fact
glad
that it was
you brought
on
that
is
up.
one thing.
Yeah.
The fact it's on in Philadelphia or whatever is one thing. But what's the buzz going on in the bar?
So it was great because being in Philadelphia and the Eagles were cooking the Giants. Everybody was getting what they wanted, right? There are lots of Eagles fans there. We were together in on that. Just beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Just beat the Giants.
Yeah.
We were slapping high fives and stuff like that. And then the Lions were winning. And it's just, I wish everybody could have been there with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we never get that.
Can you talk?
Never get that.
Well, especially with football, but like you're having, I'm sure the conversation was, oh, you showed us the path by, you guys went in there and beat the Giants up, and you showed Philly the path, and yeah, we're good. Oh, we respect you guys. You guys play as hard.
Yeah. I mean, it was absolutely awesome. That guy 62, what a coming out party for Jameson Williams. And hey, we got storyline after storyline after storyline to get into. One of my favorite ones here, Brady Orchard. Penei Sewell is a better tight end than T.J. Hawkinson. He is.
Hey, Neal, Terry and I just figured out you didn't have a delay. You changed your flight. That was what it was.
But you know what? Penei Sewell, what do you do, man? Catches the ball, falls down, gets the first down, and comes up swinging.
Well, did you see the guy
him a little bit late.
I was wondering that too. Right, because of the play, but he touched him when he was down, so he was already down if you went to replay. But he got up because the guy tried to swipe the ball away, and then he slapped him in the side of the head.
Yeah,
Penei Sewell's a badass.
Bottom line,
he is.
Just put him in the Hall of Fame now.
But you know what?
Can we stop with the games and put him in the Hall of Fame now?
Did you see throughout the commentary by the national pundits talking about how he's Hall of Fame caliber now? I mean, don't they follow you, Neal? I mean, the Nationals should follow you. You're already making the
are now.
Yeah. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, John Taylor. Hey, Neal, how come we don't talk about D-Mac's clock anymore? And the reason is because you're there now. Things change. When it was 1 and 6, we talked about that. But when new information presents itself, ...
And that's for everybody to do with the clock what they may. I'm still running the clock out to be able to know specifically and give that opinion, but yes, this clock has sped up, so to speak.
In other words, we can move the goalposts.
Absolutely. When new information presents itself, you can change your opinion.
We do that here, T? Do the goalposts get moved?
Not by me.
Oh, yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. You'll never see me move the goalpost. Dom Rivera, 88, Lions at the 4th pick right now, so that win by the Rams didn't hurt too bad. That was another moment of electricity when it looked like the Texans could beat the Cowboys. Low-key, that one snuck up on me. I was looking around the corner at the other TV saying, come on, Texans, get hot.
And you know what? You called me a dumbass for picking that game, by the way.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not. I've never called you a dumbass, Terry Foster.
You thought it.
Well, a lot of people have thought it. Absolutely. No, but I mean,
Not
guys,
your face, anyway.
That's the overriding thing today. What changed? They were 1-6. They were dead in the water. It was over.
Well, it's almost like, remember how we were getting on Dan Campbell and talking about because of Hard Knocks, and it was like at the beginning, did he practice them too hard? When he said, "Man, trust me, you'll love it later on in the season. I'm doing what we need to get prepared." Well, you know what? Obviously, he's right as far as the way this team's playing.
Yeah.
They're playing as a team. You look at DJ Chark, obviously getting healthy. Right, seeing some of the plays that he made, obviously, on his touchdown, but even the separation. You look at Josh Reynolds making plays. Amon-Ra St. Brown, you could tell, right, that Minnesota was focusing on taking him out of the game, but different guys stepped up. The running game wasn't what it was, but they protected Goff, and Goff did what he needed to do. Still, there's that one, you know what, you guys, Goff's going to make that one throw, and he got away with it again, where he threw it behind Chark that the DB could have made an interception that we got away with it, right? So the difference, Neal, we're turning the ball over, winning that battle at key times, but also, too, Goff's not fumbling it and losing the fumble or throwing that pick that other teams are capitalizing. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen in the future, but right now it's not, and that's what's changed.
Right. I know it's old and boring, but turnovers are so critical in today's NFL because basically defenses, and I'm going to say plural, cannot stop an offense. The way you stop an offense is, you get a sack, and
or you take the ball away.
It's 2nd and 17, or you take the ball away. You're not just going to, and then if you stop them, 5 times out of 10, that offense is going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
So you really can't stop them.
How many times more in today's game, do we hear coaches or coordinators talk about stealing possessions? So they look at it as it's a possession game. I need more possessions, and I went, makes sense. Right. But I always wasn't viewed that way, because when they're talking to O'Connell after the game, said, we knew that he'd be trying to steal a possession here or there because of the respect.
Young man, can I get as blunt as I can be?
Yes, you may.
I'm listening.
The difference is dumb shit. The dumb shit is done. They don't,
sometimes it is that simple.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch a Lions game, I say, okay, they're doing pretty good. And then the 5-minute mark comes and all the dumb shit stops. Jumping off sides. They get a 50-yard play. There's a illegal lineman downfield, or they lined up off sides defensively, something like that. That's eliminated in the last few minutes of a game.
And good teams do dumb shit. They do. They just get
do
away
it early
with
in the
it.
game.
Good at the end
Get
of
it out the
but
way.
every team that's won has done something at the wrong time. They're just able to overcome it or stop doing it.
Not the Lions.
No, because they're not a good team. I'm saying a good team.
But
now they're starting to.
You don't see it anymore.
What?
Or you don't see it with the Lions
That's
anymore.
what I'm saying,
why they're
because
winning.
you said earlier that they're becoming an NFL team. That's proof of it.
A real one.
That's proof right there, because that's what NFL teams do.
And since we were talking about it a few minutes ago and I was monitoring it as it was going on, let's address this one real quickly. Ray plays games, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. So glad the Giants or the Commanders don't have 8 wins yet. Really, Ray? Because I would rather prefer that one of them have 6 losses instead of 5 losses and a tie. That's what it is. I kept thinking about that the whole time, too. Only the Lions, a tie. And now they're a game and a half back instead of being a half a game back.
For real.
But as you said,
that's the difference too. As in a real NFL team, if this is what the Lions are, they see the pathway ahead with the schedule, and they're taking care of business.
Absolutely. The line opened up for the Lions-Jets game this weekend, a pick'em. So there you have it. Lots of respect in the business community for the Detroit Lions. But again, the overriding theory or the overriding question that we're going to have, what changed? And dumb-ish, as you would say.
It's done.
Yeah, like that is it. It's incredible, man. It's absolutely incredible what this team has done, and there's a lot of credit that has to go around to everybody. Spencer back at the Woodward Sports compound. Make sure you catch the heavyweights from 5 to 7. I'm sure they'll be ripping on Jared Goff and stuff like that, right?
Of course. They don't change.
No, but we're gonna have that talk too. We're doing the Jared Goff discussion. I want to have a Kirby Joseph discussion as well, because I want D-Mac to give me a comp to somebody he played with in professional sports. And look, we we met Kirby Joseph here at Feldman Chevrolet over the summer. We're doing the show in the summer. Kirby and Malcolm were out here, and we were talking to him. And I remember walking away going, that's an NFL safety? Like, for real? And all he does is make the big play.
What didn't you like about him? Too short?
Yeah, like just,
he just doesn't. If you walk by you, you don't think, oh my gosh, that looks like
that's an NFL player. No,
like is he? What is he? 6? Might be my height. 6'1"?
Maybe.
And he's slight.
Yeah,
like you look at Rodrigo and somebody goes like, oh, he either works on the Dutton Ranch with Yellowstone, or he's a linebacker or something. Like that. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, but Joseph, no.
Yeah.
I do have a couple that come to mind, but just plays the game. It's a baller.
James Gurns, WoodwardSports.com chat thread says the Lions favored on FanDuel by 1.5 right now. The nation is behind the Lions, and the nation should be behind Big Boy as well because it's comfort food time at Big Boy. Wintertime Detroit, always better with that comfort food lineup from your local Big Boy. The classic meatloaf, the Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? You know it all goes down for breakfast too. The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Okuda gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports, Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning. We find the cleanest salons in the D, spotless sanitized rooms, and trained and certified tanning professionals. You can join the Pepper Club, get all the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. The whole lineup, too, all the beauty lotions and everything available for you at Chili Peppers Tanning. Go to chilipepperstanning.com. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. They are your vitamin D headquarter, 27 locations, and more on the way. It's Chili Peppers Tanning. On and poppin', Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, D-Mac. If you're checking us out for the first time, welcome on in. Jump in that woodwardsports.com chat thread. Get your thoughts out there. I read them. You guys work as hard on the show as I do, and certainly do appreciate it. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Smokin' says, Neal, I heard Sanchez call the Cowboys game, and you're right. He needs to shut up and let the play-by-play guy do his job. It's hard for people. I don't understand. Some people, man, they just can't stand down. And
you need your attention.
No, it just sounds better, Terry.
It does sound better, but
it just sounds better. He doesn't know.
He's a rookie.
KFM, the young guys have adjusted to the speed of the NFL. That's the only change. Is it that simple?
No, it's not.
Is it that simple, D-Man?
No, it's not. It's not that simple because you got to be in the right position.
See, but
you got to trust each other.
That's part of it, though.
What you're seeing is they're all bought into. We don't care what we give up. It's not about the yardage.
So do you see that for real? You see that for real?
Yeah, I see them buying. I see them having this buy-in, and the youth. Yes, getting up. That's one of it. That's not the only reason.
I mean, though, because you bring that up, right? We don't care how we have to go about it.
No,
that's real, right?
No, that is real. If you want W's at the end of the day and you want to get there, and it's building that where it's about the other guy, right? It's easier in the hockey room or mentality. I didn't play football, but growing up there, it's sort of instilled like the team aspect. That the crest on the front's bigger than the name on your back, right? It's not about look at me and stuff like this. I see that the attitude in the bend but don't break, and they give up some bad plays. You look at Quarrier running around like you could tell that he hasn't played all year. He just looked lost out there, but they covered up for him. You know what I'm saying? You see different things, the value of the Josephs and the Jacobs and the Akutas, even to the he's still learning as he goes too. But to me, it's they're all in it together, win or lose. That's what I see.
Yeah, and I also think fans, because they don't understand this part because they haven't been in a locker room, they don't understand the mental part of the game. Yes, you can see somebody blasting somebody or somebody making a play, but the mental part is so important in sports, particularly with teams that are good. They know they're going to make a play. They know they're not going to make mistakes. And early in the season, I know Campbell's talking about when you walk on the field, know you're going to win. You went to Texas. You went to Ohio State. You went to Alabama. When you went on the field, you knew you were going to win. Now you remember the Detroit Lions. You need to have that same mentality. I think that part is starting to.
And you know what it really is, honestly, because you look at the way they're viewed. No one wants to play them. They play they have bite the kneecap off mentality. Now they're playing. They're not just talking about it, but every down, right? To the ball on defense, the way that the offensive line is their juggernaut, to the way they push people around and stuff like this. It's that mentality. And when I hear Michael Strahan on Fox and I hear nationally people going, the Lions, in the graphic and stuff, no one wants to play them, wouldn't want to play them. Why don't you want to play somebody? It's because every play you get punched in the mouth or you're going to get punched in the mouth. They don't take plays off. That's a big difference, too. And that goes buying in because the guy next to you is doing it, too. You're not going to let him outshine because it's that team mentality. And I really see it. And I see it in a lot when you see clips of these guys talking in the dressing room and getting the little things done. Execution is the biggest difference also.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread here on Mark M. says Giants have a tough road ahead. Seattle's not too easy either. I think Seattle's got the last 4 games at home, 3 of the last 4 at home.
Seattle and the Giants are in that tailspin. If anybody that you're worried about, it'd be Washington. But
you get to talk about this stuff, and it's real. Like, this isn't
reckless.
Yeah, we're getting real reckless. Like we said around here, it's time to talk reckless. Because I asked, what if they win? Well, they won. And the overriding narrative was, we're going to get real reckless. So get reckless. I mean, and we're going to talk about this week. The playoff watch. We're going to do it later on in the week.
I'm going to get reckless now and not talk about Will Anderson coming to town. How about that?
Or we can talk about Will Anderson with that Rams pick.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to see how it all shakes out. What about this too, John Mayer? It all starts in the trenches. Best offensive line in the NFL. Goff has all the time in the world to pick apart the defense. And you brought it up because I thought the same thing watching the game. They didn't run the football in the fashion that they typically do. Then I looked down, 134 yards rushing, 4.5 a carry. Now I know one of them was a big carry by C.J. Moore or whatever, but hey, that counts. That's part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this offensive line is so good that you think that they're not playing well, and you look down and they got 134 yards rushing. That's when you know you have an elite group.
But isn't that what real NFL teams do too? Oh, by the way, yeah, and it was plug and place too because no Evan Fox, so you had Skipper in there, you had Stenberg in there. So they're doing it by committee. There you go. Hats off to, we talked to Aaron Glenn on the defense. You talked to Hank Fraley about that offensive line. And like somebody said earlier, seriously, the athletic ability of Penei Sewell, and it's just, they're having fun. They're playing football. Wasn't that like playing football? They're doing football stuff.
Right. And you two lads jogged my memory, because what else is different? I tell you what else is different. Jared Goff is still the same quarterback he was last year and the year before, but now he's got a clean pocket. He's patting the football. He's looking around. He can make his reads without being harassed too much, and that's going to make him a much better quarterback.
I don't know if people know this or not. He's under contract at a pretty reasonable rate for the next couple of years. So if they keep putting weapons around him and keep him protected, he's your guy because of what the ability he affords you in the salary cap.
Right. And let's throw this out for the ignorant people. You do not have to extend Jared Goff now.
He's already signed, everybody. Signed for 2 more years after this year. I keep hearing, and this is permeating into all of the Detroit sports media as I've been watching and listening. Well, do you start talking about extension for Goff? He signed.
Yeah, you do. And the other thing is, and the mistake the Lions always make is they extend somebody too soon. And then later on, you're like, well, shoot, would you sign him for $40 million? He's not that good. As soon as you sign these guys, they seem to regress a little bit. So just hang on to it. You got 2 years to worry about that.
No, you absolutely do. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, NFL Draft Junkie. Do we spend time talking about James Houston? Is he for real like Rodrigo? Does he give you pause about picking another edge and shift to someone like a Jalen Carter? And I am always of the contention that you cannot have too many edges. You know what I'm saying? So, but the Jalen Carter thing, that's been my guy the whole time because that's the final piece.
But isn't it nice also, so we're talking about reckless about this team in this season, but it's also, too, is that you can have this discussion, right? The fact of what makes it better, yeah.
James
the
Houston,
more talent to rotate, or do you really like this player? And, again, these are the conversations that will come into trusting Brad Holmes and bringing this roster up to speed and stuff like that. So we'll see. It's nice to have the option, though.
Ryan Long says they talk about how no 1-6 football team has ever made the playoffs. What are the Lions are doing if not a statistical anomaly? And I believe the Bengals did in 1980. I want to say they were 1-6. I believe they're the only one. I believe that made the playoffs starting off 1-6. But whatever, doesn't matter. Clomsaw says reckless and all. We getting real reckless, stump man. We are, Terry.
Well, let's get reckless. The Lions have now turned into badasses. And this hasn't been the case in a very long time.
There's a vibe around them, though. Is there not? There's something to that.
And you know what? One of the things I've always harped on, I've been harping on this for decades, change the culture in that dressing room. I thought Dan Campbell was changing the culture. What he was unable to change were the mistakes from his players late in games and his own mistakes. Dan Campbell, to me, still has to prove that he's a good coach when it's a one-score game late in a game. Now, the last couple games, they've won by 2 scores, which is good, which means you take the possibility of him making a bad decision out of the equation. So, he doesn't you watch the Lions the last few years, Jim Caldwell, not going for it on 4th and 1 in somebody's territory, or clock management issues. That is into play when you're up 4 or down 3 or something. Campbell hasn't had to worry about that the last 2 weeks. All he's had to do, and I think he's doing a very good job managing the game through the 2nd, 3rd, early in the 4th quarters, and the Lions are playing well. So let's see what happens if it's a 1-point game in New York. See how Dan Campbell responds to that.
They went to work on that clock, too. Took the play clock all the way down to 1. I loved it.
He's leading by example by showing it. To me, what it goes to, because if you look around, it's tough to coach in the NFL. You have decisions whether to challenge the timeouts as the game goes. But it's, to me, Terry, it's like high school or school. There's math class, there's English class, there's science class, right? He's figuring out the basics, the basic English, basic math. So, like, happy the way that you said that yesterday, the way, okay, I can see what you're doing, running the clock. There's process. So everything that I see that them doing is togetherness, right? So again, there's still other questions. It's like you're going to go, wow, I think this is chemistry. Did he study for this? I don't know. Because he's going to be put in situations where he's going to have to make these decisions. It's always nice when you make, because he's going to die. Like, we could be sitting here today if they don't execute on that fourth down, but it's right. What would the opposite be? But that's not the case. He has the trust in them, and it's the believability to do it. To me, you know what it reminds me of? If you're Jurassic Park, this Lions team is like a pack of velociraptors. You think like attacking the T-Rex, and the T-Rex pounding off, but they won't quit. And they just came back to finally, after a while, they just keep coming because they preach the same message, and these guys are buying in.
Lions, with a double-digit victory yet again. When the clock's running out, there's almost enough time to make a turkey and Swiss sandwich.
Yes, there is, but unfortunately we can't talk about that. We got to talk about Swiss Insurance. With the holiday season here, Swiss Insurance wants to remind you to insure those gifts of jewelry or collectibles. In the last 2 weeks, Swiss has saved its clients an average of 26% on their insurance premiums while increasing coverage. That's a lot of money to free up for the giving season. Happy holidays from Swiss Insurance, and go blue.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Neal Ruhl here for Bedrock Detroit in downtown Detroit. It's all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has a giant slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, plus you can grab drinks at the Lodge before or after games. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with deckedoutdetroit.com. Minnesota got decked yesterday by the Lions as the Lions get the win. And look, a couple of themes that I'm asking the people: A, what changed? And B, it's time to get reckless. I said, what if they win? Well, they won. And people said, we're going to start talking reckless. So we're talking reckless, like Nick Hedigan. I'm putting $100 on the Lions to win the Super Bowl at plus 11,000. 100 to win 11 grand.
Guess, was that Nick?
110 to 1. Yep.
Nick, you're probably throwing your money away, but I'm going to do it too.
It's time to get reckless,
Why not?
Terry.
Wow.
Even T-Foss is getting reckless.
I'm going to get reckless. I mean, look, I'd throw money away on Powerball tickets, so why not? I got a better shot here, and if I win 11,000, I can, I may take a little trip somewhere.
David Mentier says the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. We're getting reckless. Alex Shea, let's get effing reckless. Let's go. And I don't care if Seattle has those games at home. They aren't beating those teams. It's full go. It's full send right now. It is.
You never bet against Geno Smith.
It's full, except for
reckless.
yesterday when Carolina comes running into town. Yeah. Jared Goff. Too bad Spence isn't here right now.
Yeah. You know, and
Yeah,
Spence
it's
is
just
probably
really, like that. I was bummed out because I was.
I
as
want
game
the
was going
Minister
on.
of Accountability
Yes.
in full uniform tomorrow, and it's time to call Mr. Spencer Raxter to the stand on tomorrow's show.
You know
Hear
what?
ye, hear ye.
You know, Spencer
Young
got
Spencer.
got permission to smoke weed on tomorrow's show. 'Cause we're gonna
Hear
bring up
ye,
Jared
hear
Goff.
ye. Yes, HR meeting tomorrow on set with Goff. Spencer, you and I, accountability. Here we go. We're going to have that talk, but we're going to preface this by...
Spencer takes full responsibility for
Oh,
his
he does.
actions.
No, he will. He will take full responsibility, but yeah, I don't know. It's because, Neal, it always goes back to what does Jared Goff, with the money that he makes at that position, allow you to do with the rest of your team?
Right.
And is it being proven in front of us that if you insulate him and make the team better around him, that he can be your guy? Oh, I don't know. How many points was yesterday? Another 30 burger? Most in the
Yes.
league? What did he throw up? Oh, let me guess. Oh, I know, because I'm in the playoffs and he's my playoff quarterback. He had 340 and 3 touchies, right? Which I was going up against Joe Burrow yesterday and I had more points than him. So, Matty. Anyways, it's just the execution and I think the leadership. And I think when Jared Goff comes out and says, the fact that there's a couple things. The fact that he's playing the best football of his life, he's aware of it. I think that he's really this team. When you look at the way that they communicate and just little things that you see on TikTok and stuff in the locker room of how he takes charge in that dress, like he's the leader in that locker room. And also too, there's something to it. I won the 2008 Foundation NHL award. Jared Goff yesterday was nominated for Walter Payton Man of the Year. That says something to the character of this guy, and it's the perseverance and the fact that his talent and his ability isn't changed. We're not seeing anything new. He ain't changing anything. It's that they realize around him is they're putting a better team, better and better.
Here's what Spencer believes. Spencer believes you can bring in a rookie and have the same production as Jared Goff. That's a no. That's a no-burger, brother. The Lions cannot take a step back. The Lions cannot, let's say, finish 9-8, almost make the playoffs, and then stick a rookie in next year and go 6-11. That can't happen. There has to be progression from this season to next season, and the guy that's going to do that would be Jared Goff. Now, I feel like I need to educate our younger people, and I'm going to take a time out to educate our younger people. History of the Lions. Detroit fans always hate the starting quarterback. Greg Landry, Eric Hipple. You hated them.
Bob Galliano.
I hated him too. But Matthew Stafford, it doesn't matter. Detroit fans are either clamoring for the backup quarterback to come in, or in this case, the rookie from Ohio State or Alabama or USC or wherever will be better than your starting quarterback. And often the answer to that is no. That's not the case. I remember back in the day, Rodney Peete and Eric Kramer were battling for the starting quarterback position. But what did Detroit fans want? They wanted Andre Ware to be the starting quarterback, and he sucked. He was
That's
a bad
facts.
quarterback, but he won the Heisman. And I was telling people, I go to practice and watch this dude play.
Skip balls into the ground.
No. You could be 2 feet in front of him, and he just blasts the ball into your chest. He had no touch. I tried to tell people, the guy can't play. But no, they finally got their way, and so they put in Andre Ware. And I still remember the press conference. Well, it wasn't a press conference. We talked to Wayne Fonts on the field. He said, Rodney Peete, still my starting quarterback. He's my number 1 quarterback. I'm going to start Andre Ware. I'm like, what a dumbass. The guy can't play.
Easy with about Wayne Fonts. Easy.
No. Wayne Fonts.
Greatest coach in our lifetime.
Wayne Fonts was a bad coach. He had talent, and he screwed it up.
So you saying
If
his
you
loss,
don't believe me, talk to ex-players now.
You saying his loss is more defined him than his wins? Because
Winningest coach in the history of the franchise.
And the losingest.
Well, hey, both things can be true.
Both is not true.
Just remember, though, he did have this team 30 minutes away from a Super Bowl. Remember that.
Yeah, but they got mollywopped.
In the second half, they did.
Yes.
But he had him there. Just remember that. I'm not here for the Wayne Fontes slander. There will be no Wayne Fontes slander. And there'll be no Jared Goff slander. And tomorrow, the Minister of Accountability, that guy, Darren McCarty, will have his audience with Spencer Raxter.
Hope you had fun courtside at the Pistons-Lakers game last night with your friend, Easy.
Tomorrow comes the day of accountability. Absolutely.
Stay strong, Spencer.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. David Mentier. Wow, T-Foss is getting crazy. DMAP Zoom. Let's get reckless. Let's go nuts. Snow Old G. Coach of the Year Bowl next week. Lions against the Jets.
Oh, both those guys could have been the Lions head coach.
Absolutely. Mark Walston. Dan Campbell will have a statue built. Is that too far, Terry? It's a reckless Monday.
It is a reckless Monday.
But I felt the air in the room, the vibe in the room change with that one.
Little too early.
Little too reckless.
The playoffs after 1-6, baby. Listen, they might be, when you see them move the Barry Sanders over about like 12 inches just to make room for the Dan Campbell. But I think that, to Terry's point, let's revisit that.
And Barry doesn't have a statue yet. I mean, they're going to build it.
No, but they're moving Barry's over because Dan, so they're going to plan for when Dan's comes in. They might have the planning in place.
You know what? I'm not going to discount that. That is a possibility. Reckless.
It's a reckless Monday. Okay, so you'll take it under consideration, the Dan Campbell statue.
Well, I know the pathway to the
statue.
Yes. Reckless.
I like it. Here on Mark M, no Jared Goff slander. We have reached a wonderful milestone. There can't be. There is nothing you can say negative about him, what he's done this season. Everybody has had a bad game or two during the course of a season. It happens in professional football. There's nothing negative you can say. And oh, by the way, you got a first-round pick to take him.
Yep.
Don't forget that either.
Bam. But
Which is going to pay off.
Spencer's probably got a list of like 50 things he still doesn't like about him.
Paul Thomas. Ironic you say that. Paul Thomas. There will be no Goff slander until the heavyweights from 5 to 7. They can't. There's nothing you can say. What could you even possibly say, Terry?
Well, I tell you what, I don't know what you can say, but watch the heavy duty boys from 5 to 7, and we'll probably come up with 20 or 30 different things, bad things you can say about Jared Goff.
Right. It is. So there's nothing negative that you can say. There's not. And there will be no slander. And tomorrow will be a day of accountability. So make sure, if you're new to Woodward Sports Network, 11 to 1, Big D Energy, myself, Terry Foster, Darren McCarty, the Minister of Accountability, as DMAC is known in these circles. And there will be a day of accountability tomorrow. So make sure you catch that as well. Tell them about Moneyball.
Yes, but not the phenomenal movie about the Oakland A's starring Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, and Chris Pratt, but something even better, Moneyball Sportswear. Check out Moneyball Sportswear. It's your one-stop shop, whether you want the latest look in athletic apparel or you need new uniforms for your team. Moneyball has it all. Stop at Moneyball's showroom in Southfield and experience the only way to ball, or visit moneyballsportswear.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Jeff Akuta and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Akuta gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports' Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Akuta and Wicked Awesome Wishes. We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Ruhl here for Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. We can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that's always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. Tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes with the 30-minute circuit. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all this, just $10 a month. Join today online. Go to planetfitness.com or pull up on them. You're going to pass a couple on the way home. Just pull in the parking lot and join there. Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Off and rolling here. Victory Monday, Reckless Monday. That's what we're getting reckless here today. People calling for the Lions in the Super Bowl, NFC Championship game. Hey, what we talked about it. What if they win? Well, they won. And here we are. So it is a Reckless Monday. Neal Ruhl.
And it's also Irresponsible Monday, but that's okay. I'll allow it.
You'll allow it. Even Terry Foster, the gentleman to my left here, is allowing it. Darren McCarty here as well. We got Sam Flannel. We got Westy Alex Westfall. And we got all of you. Our WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump in there. Get your thoughts in there. Kirk Ford. Kirk, I don't remember seeing you around here before. Appreciate you tapping in. Neal, you have to have my opinion on golf or I won't acknowledge you. Neal, you should work for CNN. Give me the slander, Kirk. Let's talk through it then, brother. Give it to me. You can't, because there is none. What are you going to say?
Well, maybe they can't. Give them an opportunity.
I give everybody the opportunity. Bring it to the forefront here, and we'll
here's
discuss
the one
it.
thing that I think it will be still up in the air, right? Which congratulations to Jameson Williams, which I think we saw as he gets acclimated, what he's able to do, watch him run that route. But, you would say, oh, Goff almost underthrew him. Like in his 40 yards.
I saw that on Twitter a little bit.
I know, but I'm saying like you're gonna nitpick on what you don't like and try to highlight it. What the difference is he's playing. Terry nailed it at the beginning. He's not playing differently, right? I still see he's gonna make that one throw, and I can go back. There was the one to Chark in the middle who's behind him that the DB got his hands on dropped. There was a couple in the last few games in the winning streak, but you need that. You need that to happen. The other team not to take advantage of it, and that's because that's what happens to a good team. You get that juju, Neal. That's good karma. Karma's real.
Paul Thomas says Goff is the most confident quarterback right now. This is his time. It's nice to see. God, appreciate you tapping into the Woodward. I know you're busy right now, but thanks for taking some time to watch Woodward Sports. As much as I hate Goff, he's throwing darts right now and has developed a chemistry that it takes a long time to achieve. And Terry, he is playing with tremendous confidence, which, when you have an offensive line, the caliber of offensive line that the Lions have, certainly that helps. But again, what can you say? How could you even hate? How?
Well, it's hard for people to let their guard down because they saw last year he wasn't good. He wasn't good in the first 6 games this year. So a lot of times you're like, okay, maybe he's on a hot streak, but I don't believe what I'm seeing. That is the way that you could hate on him. And once again, I'm talking to our young people. This town is rough on starting quarterbacks for the Detroit Lions.
If we're being reckless on this Monday.
It's Reckless Monday.
Give it to me. And Terry's talking to the youth. I want to go to the reckless youth. And no, not the band. Sam Flannel, legend killer.
Yes.
Legend killer. What do you got to say? I mean, I don't want you to get tossed into the booth buddies with your boy Spencer Roxter, because I see a lot in the chat is needs some accountability. But do you have any criticisms?
You're saying be a man.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with us.
Come clean.
Be a man. Come on.
Come clean.
No, absolutely not. What can you criticize about what Jared Goff did in the last game? What can you really criticize about what he's done all season? To the contrary, I actually just put out an article on woodwardsports.com that is actually entitled Jared Goff Elite? Question mark. I'm not saying he is, but by the numbers, he's this season 8th in the NFL in passing yards, 9th in the NFL in yards per attempt, tied for 5th in touchdown passes, 6th in the NFL in QBR, and 7th in passer rating. That sounds borderline elite.
That's elite.
To me. That is. It's borderline
Those
elite.
are elite numbers.
They absolutely are. And he's having arguably the best season of his career. He's playing his best football when the Lions are winning. The command he has over the offense, the rapport he has with Amon-Ra St. Brown, the rapport he's building with DJ Chark. Did you see that deep ball that he hit on a dime to DJ Chark for a touchdown? He's developing some with Josh Reynolds, who he had last year, and now Jamison Williams is getting added in. Jared Goff is kind of that perfect quarterback who can just distribute the ball everywhere and let the playmakers make plays. And that's what they're doing, and it's wonderful to see. No Jared Goff slander today.
There today. I like how he qualified it right there at the end. Today.
And that's fair.
That is fair. At least you're coming clean on it.
Because we moved the goalposts. Even though he doesn't want to admit it, but it's true.
No, it's not true.
And he did underthrow Jamison Williams.
I think it's because
you just got to get it out.
I think as he said, it's like I couldn't believe he was that wide open.
Yeah.
But to our councilman Robert Colosio in San Diego said the one to Chark was on a dime about 50
bucket,
yards. The one to me, to Josh Reynolds on a dot, like that was a jugs gun 100 mile per hour, and it's nice that they executed. But no, he's definitely not the problem, and I don't find anybody who says that his throw. What I do find is that once a game, he makes that ill-advised throw. Sometimes, he's thrown an interception, but it's been called back from a penalty.
See, and I think that happens more than people think that it does. And great quarterbacks in the NFL.
They get away with it.
What is sports, D-Mac? When you make the mistake, do you pay the price?
Well, look at Patrick Mahomes, who we always say arguably the best quarterback in the league. What's the downtrodden people question when he tries to be that gunslinger and do the little things? Well, when they execute, it's a highlight reel, and when it doesn't,
I told you. That's the problem with Patrick Mahomes.
I got another. What's different? Here's what's different. When there's a turnover opportunity now, for the most part, the last few weeks, the Lions are coming up with the ball. Before, there would be an errant throw by a top-quality NFL quarterback. Lions DB would get his hands on it and drop it. Now they're catching it. They're getting interceptions. When they force a fumble, they're pouncing on it. That's different, too, because one more time, I'll say this. You don't stop NFL offenses. You got to take that damn ball away from them.
That's it. That's the only way. It's the only way you can do it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Kirk Ford says, I'm talking about his future in Detroit. Teams adjust in the NFL. They certainly do. But he's on a great contract. He is. There's no parachute money owed. It's not like he's Aaron Rodgers holding the franchise hostage, because that's what Aaron Rodgers is doing to Green Bay. It's a great setup. And he's playing great football. Not good football. Great football.
Let's talk. I know that the elephant in the room is who's part of him playing great football and whatever is the offensive coordinator and Ben Johnson. And you can't turn your back on what we said earlier all season is the coaches putting these guys in positions to succeed. Ben Johnson is slowly but surely making a big name for himself across the league, but it's also, too, the communication between the quarterback on different plays. You got to have a lot of confidence in even to go for or to have like fourth down and stuff like that, and some of the shots they take, but they're lockstep, and especially right now, and you see that the points.
And what else is different? I got to know. So I was coming up with all of them.
I asked the question.
You know what? Officials are not calling crappy penalties on the Lions. They're calling crappy penalties on the opponents now. And one thing I always thought is the NFL did not respect the Detroit Lions. If they thought they saw something, they're going to call it, because the Lions were bad fundamentally. They were a bad team. So
You know what that reflects
call
back
crappy
to?
penalties on them, but they're not doing that anymore.
Terry, you know what that I see, and I'm not saying this, but if you're gonna say on which side does it lean, where it reflects back, that's what goes also to is your coaching staff of being former players and the respect through officiating, and there's some sort of relationship because they've been on the field with some of these guys. I'm not saying it has anything to do with it, but I'd look into it. It's the respect that maybe the fan base or whatever, the question about Dan Campbell as a coach, but he's respected as a man. And I think it's that whole coaching base. And they're for my relationship with officials throughout the game, even when I played on and off the ice, that's real. It's real.
Yeah, but you were always on real teams. So hush up.
Yeah, but I had guys that, dude, Terry, I'm the peacemaker when it comes to the officials. I had a captain that absolutely would lose his marbles and get away with saying, and yeah, hashtag Weiser playing 1919. I mean, like seriously canceled for some of the things from back in the day, allegedly. Think you're going to get it on tape, and it's all allegedly. But some of the star guys, right? And Scotty Bowman, your coach, his thing was he would MF referees up and down. So somebody had to be the buffer or whatever. What do you think, D-Mac? I'm not only out there just taking shots to the face. I'm being diplomatic and all this political, but I got along great with him.
So he would go up to the official and say, buddy boy, I know you're doing your best, but I think you blew that last call. Could you please watch it?
You're a very fine official.
Yeah, you're a fine official.
19's way out of line. 19's way out of line. I don't think that your dog would do that, right? Exactly. I don't think he did that in bed on purpose, right? No, but yeah, maybe a little bit. They come up to me and say, "Hey, can you tell? Hey, if he doesn't calm down, I will give him. You won't give him a penalty, but I'll tell him to calm down." I mean, I've only seen him get run once.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G says, "Go Army." That get right, got you right again. By the way, we took the long way, but we got home.
You know what? Let me make this confession. I'm a bad friend.
You are,
and I am a bad co-host. Because when it was 3-0 in the second half, I said, Mr. Get Right, take that, buddy boy. And then I saw the final score. I'm like,
but
damn.
You guys didn't even understand what he did. This was so big that he had to go there in person to drop the get right vibe, because that's the only way that he could change 14 straight unders. Now, he knew it had to go to overtime, so he had to do everything in his power.
We got you right, though.
And you got it right.
We got it right. I went on the field and talked to the guys before the game. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I got some videos and stuff we'll show you from the Army-Navy game. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. We are talking Detroit Lions and the win, and we're talking Alta.
Oh, absolutely, because you know what? At Alta, uptime matters. Alta equipment is everything that you need to get the job done right. You might have a bog project, got a couple of holes in the yard. You need them filled. Alta Rent, they got you covered. Give them a call today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuffa Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our Lumberjack, Blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this This program has been, I'm not snoring anymore. I have a lot of energy. It's great. And oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit customhealthcenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
And a miraculous catch.
Follow us everywhere. Just search Woodward Sports on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, IG, and more.
Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. We will be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe.
Neal Ruhl here for the Monroe Street Midway Minute. And you know the Midway has swapped roller skating and basketball for mini golf and a giant Arctic slide, winter bumper cars, and an indoor arcade with puck putt as well, D-Mac's favorite. And you know what they're doing down there. The big winter festival is going on at the Monroe Street Midway yet again. The Arctic slide, as we said, D-Mac's favorite, the puck putt. You can go for a goal in one, D-Mac. What do you got? Three holes in one out of 9 or what? What do you think?
No, I got 2. Neal, I haven't seen the course yet. You know what? Let me get a practice round in, and I'll get back to you. But I'll get down there, and I'll do my due diligence hopefully this week.
Absolutely. Don't forget about the food favorites as well. All the toasty treats, the burgers, pierogies, T-Foss. You big pierogi guy?
I'm a big pierogi guy.
That's right.
I like the potatoes with the sour cream.
There you go. They have homemade.
You're an applesauce guy, probably.
No, homemade chili though.
Okay.
Homemade chili when you're downtown, the Monroe Street Midway, winter day, you got that chili going. You know, drinks at the lodge or what have you.
As long as they have I'm going there Friday with my son.
Are you?
Yeah.
There you go. DeckedOutDetroit.com. That gets you all the details for all the winter fun information. Go hang out with Terry Foster Friday.
I'll be there.
The Monroe Street Midway. Again, go to DeckedOutDetroit.com for more information.
And you get to see Lil B.
You do.
Well,
and maybe have a drink with T-Foss.
Bigger B now, right?
Yeah, he's a bigger B. Lil B is 6'3" now.
All
with
right.
a beard.
DeckedOutDetroit.com. Back at it here, second hour of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. Alex Westfall's out here. Sam Flannel, our guy Stick. We're squad deep out here. We're at Feldman Chevrolet here in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, and some people calling them the #1 NFL team. Right now, the Detroit Lions they're on a heater right now. They're coming in hot. They got another win over the Vikings yesterday, and we're chopping it up and we're talking about it. No more Jared Goff slander. There can't be, and people are coming clean. And WoodwardSports.com chat thread people are jumping in there as well. Cracked Fox says, I think in order for Goff to be a franchise quarterback, he's going to have to take a more team-friendly deal so Lions can keep big weapons around him. And Fox, it's like I talk about. There's this narrative going on. He's still signed for 2 years. 2 more years after this season to a very friendly number, especially when – and here's the context I always put it in. We live in a world where Kyler Murray makes $47 million a year. You have Jared Goff for $30. You see what I'm saying here? Like, there's a discount to market. Well,
I think you see Brad Holmes, and remember last year or after they traded him and they renegotiated the contract, so 2 years ago, is that it was we were questioning that, right? Because anytime, as Terry always brings up, Matthew Stafford signed a contract, was the highest paid quarterback at one time.
Everybody's 15 minutes.
Yeah, about 20 minutes. Yeah.
Supersedes it. So I think with this is now you're seeing the value of how using the salary cap. Because now you got him under value. This has been Brad Hope all along, that Goff was this guy. Terry says it all along, and he said it. We're not seeing a different Goff. We're just seeing a better Goff. Right?
That is true.
We're seeing a Goff with more time to do his work.
Absolutely, because you're giving him the ability to you're giving them the ability. I think that, a lot of times, and I think Braylon brings this up when you talk about different quarterbacks and stuff like this, is your offensive line and how well you're protected and stuff like this. That's why not just the running game for this offensive line, but the fact that they keep them vertical so that they can throw for 300 yards a game. That's right. The difference. Yesterday.
You know what? Lion fans believe you need a quarterback who can run in order to win.
Well, we always thought we
NFL.
did until you showed me you didn't.
I don't think that's necessary.
Well,
With this offensive line. Now, if you bring in a bunch of Bojangles in there, then yeah, you're going to need a quarterback that runs for his life.
I love Bojangles down south. It's a good spot.
Well, I haven't been there.
Oh, we love it too.
It's a fine
fine
restaurant.
They serve chicken.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sure it's a very fine place.
Yes, it is.
Our pals at Bojangles.
And you brought up Braylon, Ermanni, and Edwards coming up at 2 o'clock, 2 to 4 with Maz right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Our final word.
Our guy Braylon Edwards and Ryan Ermanni with Maz as well. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Crack Fox also says if the Lions make the playoffs, I would be semi-surprised. The Lions are playing like the third best team in the NFC right now, and they are. And look. This weekend, and we have a lot of time to get into it throughout the rest of the week. And somebody also said on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread about just what a massive game. This is a playoff game this weekend. Again, everyone that had the vibe.
Every game is a playoff game.
Every game's a playoff game when you're trying to close.
Right.
Now, this one, obviously, but here's the sell on it. You've already gone there and won in that building against the Giants on the road. So so you've done that, and it's been fresh because it was a few weeks ago, right? Like as we continue to talk during the week, obviously you heard Mike White after the game had to go to the hospital, precautionary, was able to fly back. So he's, no matter what, if he plays or not, he's not 100%. That's always good. Maybe we do get Zach Wilson in there. That would be a benefit. Now, I had this game on the schedule, like I said, as far as the game that I was worried about. But as it plays out, as we're getting closer to it, I expect them to win. You have to now. They're giving us expectations. And if I'm being reckless on this Reckless Monday, Neal, you got to go in to New York, and they'll be tested, right? Because here's the one thing. That errant pass that Goff throws, right?
Do you get away with it?
Sauce is going to swallow that up, or the Jets aren't going to allow you to get away with making that mistake. So, but you match up real well. We're not even talking about, it's a road game. No, we've crossed that bridge already and won 2 road games. So we're thinking that these guys are absolutely road warriors too. So they're happy, they're focused. What I'd like to hear was, especially at the end of their in little meeting, after the game, we're handing out game balls. And it's on to, it wasn't about this. It's on task at hand, what we put together, what we build. And it was like, move on to the Jets, move on to the Jets. Again, that's what NFL teams do.
Now, I got a little story for you.
Ooh, yeah.
One of the few times that the people on the final word would actually speak to me, it was Maz. He said, Booby, here's what the Lions need to do. They need to sign Mike White from the Jets or trade for him, whatever they can do, and have him replace Jared Goff. Come on, Booby, that's it.
I could picture Maz saying that.
He did say that.
Yeah, and I actually hear it. I hear it in my mind. Alex Shea says, Neal, Terry, are we worried? Are we nervous about Goff and the elements outside of New York? And look, they went there and won, as Darren said. They went there and won in that building. How did they win that game? They punched the Giants in the mouth repeatedly with the offensive line. That's what makes this team a threat to win to me, because they have a bit of a Tupac offense. How do you want it? Because they can do that, as Jared Goff throws for 330 and 3 tutties. By the way, Penei Sewell can bust you in the mouth, and they can run for 160 yards in a game as well.
This might be, and you could argue Philly at the beginning of the year, but as far as this will be a great test for this offense, because the Robert Saleh defense, and especially defensive line and stuff like that, it's going to be that old school war in the trenches, right? And then we got to win that. So if you're confident in your trench warfare as far as your NFL team, which I am, let's go. Play anybody anywhere, Neal. And I think that's the attitude the Lions are getting to right now, and the fans are getting on their backs with it.
Yeah.
And once again, I feel like I have to speak to our younger fans. Back in the day, you got a team that ran the football effectively for outdoor weather in December or when it's cold or snowy or stuff like that. Jared Goff against the Jets, his job isn't to fling the ball all around and make reckless throws. this is the time where I know it's a little bit boring, but you do run the football to establish the passing. So during the times that he passed, he doesn't have to pass a lot of times. Maybe he only passes 15 to 18 times during the game. But if you got that offensive line rolling, you don't worry about the pass. You just punch him in the face, walk out there with a 17-13 victory, and go home.
You know what's different? Since we're thinking of what's different or whatever, that play-action game is so on point right now. It fools the cameraman half the time. But the fact is that they have the confidence to do it. So I think you nailed it. It's going to be a 2-pack game. How do you want it, man? How cool is that? Because that's exactly what it is. And you saw that the way that they went to the passing game against Minnesota. Well, this could be a whole trench warfare. Jamal, Jefferson, Netflix, Craig.
Because I'm a little bit of an asshole, I'm going to make.
Wait, a little bit?
I'm not going to. Here, I'm going to admit something. I normally wouldn't admit this, but you're a brilliant man. When you can fool the cameraman, that play's usually going to work.
That is true.
When the cameraman is going over here and the ball is over there, that play usually works.
Absolutely. When you get him pausing,
right?
You know it's
play
action is on point.
Well, here's a stat too. LGRW Sparty says, the Lions haven't lost a road game since October. That's a factual statement. The road is their friend. Road Warriors.
Lions.
Remember how they hadn't won a road game in like 3 years?
A year and a half. And now you do not want them.
You don't want them coming into your place. You don't want them coming into your place.
They've turned into an NHL team where NHL players feel more comfortable a lot of times on the road.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's called
it is.
sleep, Terry.
Let me talk to you about the Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse, and their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It's helping fight the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling or if you know someone who's struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Again, thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Jeff Akuta and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Akuta gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports' Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Akuta and Wicked Awesome Wishes.
The Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling game. 2 ways to play, $12 unlimited open play or $120 lane reservation for up to 10 people. You also have the $2 mystery beer machine and full bar. Check it out or visit them online at fullingwarehouse.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Darren McCarty, happy to have you with us. We got Sam Flannel, we got Westy Alex Westfall, our guy Sticks out here on site as well. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. The Chevys flying out here as they always are. Come on in here, get your best deal on a new Chevy. And, we're chopping it up, obviously. It's all Lions today. front to back, side to side, all of it.
I got a critical question for both of you.
Ooh, I like this.
Am I reckless or am I a dumbass?
Yes.
I'm going to make the $100 bet on the Lions to win the Super Bowl.
You're going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
It's a reckless Monday, though. I'll allow it.
Okay.
I'll allow it. Even the Minister of Finance
Ministry of
signs off.
Not finance, but accountability says, Terry, you know you've done worse things with $100. So you know what, you're young man. If it is your 100 and you want to do it, you have the absolute right because you earned it.
And some of the things I've done with a $100 bill were actually legal.
Whoa! Yes. Wow! Surprised because I wasn't thinking that.
Some of them. Dan Campbell.
Coach of the Detroit Lions.
In much the same vein that we had the Jared Goff discussion, it's time to have the Dan Campbell discussion. Your thoughts? You talk about slander. Many people on this network, myself included, really questioned him as a coach, which when you're sitting at 1-6, coming off 3-13-1, you're going to ask some questions. Where do we sit right now? Has he totally redeemed himself?
In my mind, he's totally redeemed himself.
Okay.
Bam.
But
we still have more of the season left. But I've, at least for now, have seen a culture change with this team that has never been erased. They are not making stupid mistakes. And once again, he hasn't been put in the position where he's had to make critical decisions in the last 3 or 4 minutes of a game in a little bit. So I still want to hold my tongue for that. But I think the things he said he was going to do, he's done. He's talking about the kneecaps. But even when he talked about the kneecaps, the one thing that he said, and maybe this is your boy Brad Holmes doing a better job with this, is he said the Lions are going to attack other teams' weaknesses. And the Lions are going to build a team to beat the teams in their division. And so they've done that so far. Also, he's taken the knucklehead factor out of his players. That's why the Lions lose games. And for you younger people who don't know, the Lions always got blown out in games. That's not true. The Lions, in a lot of the games they lost, would be up 3 or down 4 or something like that. And then there'd be an inexplicable dumb penalty. That's why the Lions are the Lions, because of stupidity. The stupidity factor has been reduced greatly. And that's why they've been able to win for this last month.
But D-Mac, he didn't take a pill and magically become a good coach.
Oh, he did what the good old fabric of getting whatever you want ingredient of hard work, putting his head down. And you know what? It was like whatever our perception of how big that wall was to knock down, and it's not totally finished yet, but here's what's the regression or the fact. I think that his floor, we've seen the end to his floor. Now we don't know where his ceiling can be. I think that as far as practice or locker room or the message guys have bought in, he realizes that a great leader has the people around him and Brad Holmes and the coaching staff and stuff like this, but he's persevered. Now, Neal, to me, as a coach, is he a guy that play for? Is he a guy that's going to, take care of the discipline? Are they going to get better? Yes. To the X's and O's, to the game plan with guys in place, yes. Coaching decisions, he's still got to improve. Right? So in-game management, different things like that. For that, I give him a C+, but it's been better from an F. But as far as his overall grade, how can I not give him from where he's been an A? Right? So there's still things you always progress. You ask Scotty Bowman, the greatest hockey coach in history, he's always trying to pick things up and get better and get better. So I think that the biggest thing is that I think we've seen the floor of Dan Campbell. We have yet to see the ceiling. I think in game he can get better coaching, but definitely he's got his finger on the pulse of his team and how it wants to be built.
You know what else might be happening? when every week we see a long injury list with the Detroit Lions, and they don't practice on Wednesday, and maybe they take a Thursday off, maybe Dan Campbell, as a former player, understands that a little less practice is going to allow my players to grind other teams down, wear them down a little bit. Because most NFL coaches, their philosophy, I'm grinding your ass all week. We're going to take that momentum into the game. We're going to kick people's ass. But a lot of times at this time of the year, your legs are tired. You're like, I don't want to play this game. But Dan Campbell is resting guys during the week, and that might be playing into why they're getting stronger as the season progresses.
Terry, to your point, tired, to your point, at this point of the season, tired, heavy. Right?
Heavy legs.
So when Terry says tired, it means it's heavy. You know, that we all know get out of bed sometimes is that, wow, why is it taking a little bit long? So the fact that you can keep the freshness. Now, Neal, doesn't this go back? Because I remember you and I have this conversation about watching Dan Campbell say, you know, all the hard work now, it's going to pay off later. Trust me, man. Trust me, man. Trust me. Well, you know what? He's absolutely been the Dan of his word right there, as far as, because they did trust him. We didn't trust him as fans because we didn't see the immediate get back and all the deficiencies in the coaching. But now you're seeing it come together, and it's come together team-wise.
He busted their ass during the preseason. When the season started, he backed off.
Right, but because that was his plan. And I think, to your point, him being a former player, but all the former coaches and players around the room, I think that's a collective, if you ask them that, yeah, that's a collective conversation they have as a coaching staff.
And when you look at it from the perspective of, because the decisions haven't changed all that much. The fake punt yesterday, you had to get the wheelbarrow out for that call.
Well, it's about possession game. He's trying to steal possession, right where you make it into we need more possessions. And then you have, how about the confidence when you get it back that you think you can do something? Every time the offense gets the ball, don't you get excited? That's why the first series of the game was sort of like, wait, guys, no. And to Terry's point, yeah, they came out a little too hopped up, a little too excited, but they found a way to settle into the game and get their discipline down and execute.
It's just, for me, it's weird to have this discussion because, again, the style hasn't changed.
No.
The way he calls the game hasn't changed. Now, the difference is it's worked.
It's all, it's all great when you execute, and that's what NFL teams or good teams in any league do. They execute those game plans, right? Look at this. Look at some of the Look at the Philly special in the Super Bowl. Look at the execution. How many times do we not? We sit here and say, oh my gosh, Jimmy G, he overthrows Sanders, but somebody else makes that catch. San Francisco wins the Super Bowl, right? It's execution.
No, it is execution, because if they don't execute that punt, you know what the narrative is in this town?
Smoking in our WoodwardSports.com chat threads. If the fake punt would have failed, we'd all be chewing them out. Right?
And that's why
did dumbass call that play? It was unnecessary. It's 7-7. They're deep in their territory if it doesn't work out.
14.
But it did.
Yeah, 14-7. They were down.
But that's the nature.
That's the nature
of that style
of how to do it. Right. So it's the rodeo. Let's go. 8 seconds on the bull. Here we go.
Is it this simple right here? People pleaser. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Now that the players are executing, suddenly Dan looks competent to you. Yes.
That's true. But
yes. I mean, what do you want me to say? Yes.
But still, Dan was making goofy decisions at the end of games where you're like, why are you doing this? And clock management was still an issue. That has nothing to do with players. That's a coaching thing. But yes, I mean, for instance, the Penei Sewell pass. If that doesn't work, we're on his ass. Why? You've got Amon St. Brown. You got all these receivers hot today. Why do you go to Penei Sewell?
Because he was going to be that wide open
on a play like that. It worked. So now that's something we don't talk about. Instead, I'm like, get the man more balls. Penei Sewell, man, should be your starting tight end.
He's going to start playing both positions. Huh?
Right, yeah. He's going to go to the coach and say, yeah, coach, I appreciate that, but kind of get more looks
reps
now.
at tight
right.
end. Yeah. Can you throw it up for me? Throw it up in the corner of the end zone for me.
Put me in. I can be your fade, corner fade guy.
Yeah, it is. It's incredible. I mean, yes, I guess it is that simple. Now that the players are executing, he looks competent. That's wild how that works. And I've been thinking about that a lot since yesterday. What changed? It goes back to the overriding question, what changed? So I guess the execution changed.
Yeah,
and it's that simple, huh?
Well, the execution, and to Terry's point, is that in the situations of making it happen, but it's also putting themselves in the right situations throughout the game and not having to make that decision. Less is more sometimes. Right? But you know what? More is more given in the holiday season. And Lady Jane's and their wicked awesome wishes joined together with Jeff Okuda. Yeah, number one for Tuesday, December 20th at the Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building. Jeff Okuda and Chad Johnson, the Lady Janes, have been working all year to put this together. All the kids in attendance are going to receive some new shoes, some wicked awesome clothing, hats, coats, haircuts, everything, giveaways. A lot of Jeff's teammates, Malcolm Rodriguez, Will Harris, Tracy Walker, Sean Elliott will be there. There'll be some appearances by the Woodward Sports Network crew, and participants will be into it. If you or anybody that needs help, please donate to the Lighthouse. And I can always say that when it comes to the community, it's awesome with Jeff Okuda. And wicked awesome wishes are bringing you Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. They're wicked awesome.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Hey, it's Sean Jordan from the Sports Marketing Agency, and SMA wouldn't be who we are without our amazing partners.
Thank you so much, Sean. At Detroit Wayne, we want to serve as a resource for you and your families. We offer mental health services, substance use disorder services throughout our communities, and we want to be that source and resource within the community.
If you or a loved one are suffering from a mental health or substance abuse issue, please don't hesitate to call 1-800-241-4949.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Back out of here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Darren McCarty here live at Feldman Chevrolet. We're in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, Alex Westfall here. And we got Sam Flannel to tell you about not a ham and Swiss mushroom.
No, we got to talk about Phillips this time. But no, not the great American diplomat Earl Norfleet Phillips, but Michael Phillips, of course. Looking to buy or sell your home, whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That is 313-403-0011.
All right, as we were saying, back out of here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Darren McCarty, live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, talking Detroit Lions, obviously. And, we had the Goff discussion. We had the Dan Campbell discussion. We have to have a discussion about this defense, too. And Zaqua in our WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Remember, you can jump in there if you're new, if you're just checking us out for the first time. Get your thoughts out there. We read them. Good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. Even we even read Easy's thoughts sometimes. That's how low the bar is from time to time. But hey, Zaqua says the defense isn't historically bad with a question mark, because that's what I would say. That's what I was told. We were told, but I was the one doing the saying, because it was.
Because your eyes were telling you that.
Right.
They were historically bad. I mean, they're on pace to become one of the worst defenses, not in Lions history, but NFL history.
And it's incredible to me, again, and we touched on the Kirby Joseph thing. And look, Aiden Hutchinson, it's been very, very good, obviously. Look at the numbers. The resume speaks for itself. But to me, this defense flipped when Kirby Joseph got involved. Didn't it, though? Didn't it feel that way? Whenever there is a big play, he is involved. Always. Always.
Or Aubrey Pleasant was gone. You can look at it that way, too.
Yeah, I mean, could that be it? But again, to me, I think Kirby Joseph has shifted the whole fundamental of this Detroit Lions defense, because they've never had this. I can't explain to you how he does it, but he's involved in every big play in some fashion.
It's interesting because he's a guy, they call it, football it's a ball hawk or whatever, but in hockey it's the puck follows some guys around, right? It just literally does. Goal scorers, they know where to get to in the area. Certain defenders, what it reminds you of is that shutdown D man that just gets that stick or that skate in the lane all the time to disrupt the timing of everything else. To me, it's about being healthy. To me, it's more of I look at that as being an integral part, right? But together, healthier, defensively, just making it's bend but no break. I think that they realize that they're not trying to be perfect, and they're going out there and playing more of a street ball mentality, right? But to your point, Neal, do you think who's the most integral part of that change? It's having that talent. When you have a guy that you can sort of key the defense around. I mean, we saw it yesterday with guys that aren't there. I think obviously Deshaun Elliott, as hard hitting as he is, being a safety, is an important factor there. Obviously, Quarrier, you see the difference when guys who look out of place. Mike Hughes, I was asked that if he. Who was he? Somebody asked me yesterday, Neal, who was that 23 running around out there because he shouldn't be? And I said that was the guy that Neal said you should cut because you got him in the preseason. But Kirby, he's special, Neal. And I guess, you know what? Aaron Glenn said, okay, you're going to be special for my defense, and we're going to key around you. But I see it's more bend but don't break, not specifically one person.
Well, I'm going to bring you the non-sexy thing that's happening.
Okay.
When a team gets the ball, they want to establish the run. Handoff, they want to get 5 or 6 yards. You notice most times when they try that stuff with the Lions, they're getting 2 yards. So now you're looking at 2nd and 8, and offenses are in an uncomfortable position. And then the Lions' defense is making sure that they don't have long extended drives. But I think, the fact that first play on first down is so essential. The defense so badly, or the offense so badly wants to be in 2nd and 4. They can hand it off again. It's 3rd and 1, first down. But a lot of times the Lions' interior is stopping the run, which is very, very important. The other thing is Malcolm Rodriguez is not a gimmick. There was a couple plays where he destroyed 300-pound offensive linemen. He didn't make the play, but the lineman was on his ass and opened up gaps for other people to make plays. So that's essential too. The other thing, Jeff Okudah, another guy we wanted to run out of town, plays the run very, very well. He destroys running backs.
I think the three things, and it's not, and I agree with God in the chat thread, as I always do agree with God.
In the chat thread of life, I
Jerry
always
Jacobs,
agree with God.
Jeff Okudah, right, and Kirby Joseph. That's the difference, right? When these guys are healthy because they can ball. Because what did we do yesterday? Game plan, shut down Dalvin Cook. To Terry's point, no matter what, they ain't running on that. So you know what? Their best part of their, how about this? This is different too, and this is great coaching because, okay, we agreed that their best part of Minnesota is Thielen and Jefferson at wide receiver. Let them go get their yardage. We're going to try to keep them out of the end zone as much as we can. I think it's just that commitment to what the game plan is. But to your point, yes, you have the ball hawk. You have the guy coming down, the former first rounder that loves the physicality and hits hard. And then you got Jerry Jacobs. Dude, did you see, like, there's a ball player too, and maybe doesn't have the flash or the ability, right? He's more of the defender, but the play he made on Thielen, timing that tip at the end zone, you don't see that. That's something else. That's what's different.
Right.
Our guys can make plays. So I think, Neal, to your question, not specifically one, but more of those three guys specifically. And then, you talk about Malcolm, but all these guys, we're talking about younger guys, right?
And let's talk about two specific games, the Giants in the Minnesota game. Dalvin Cook and Shaquan Barkley, they're both quality backs.
Fine players.
So the Giants and Minnesota are probably thinking between these two guys, for the two games, they should rush for over 200 yards on these clowns. But if you look at Dalvin Cook and Barkley, combined, I don't think they got 100 yards.
That's true.
That's critical right there.
King Ally says, Neal, is Jerry Jacobs. Detroit's defense been different since the moment that Jerry Jacobs came back. It's just, again, people that make plays. That's what's different.
Right.
Yeah.
People that make plays.
There's two. Can you say Jerry Jacobs, does he make plays? Yes. Kirby Jones, does he make plays? Yes. Okudah, he's getting there.
Yeah, and you can go back to that moment, right? Okudah's pick 6. Did that change the trajectory of the season? I mean, that's a moment.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Look at it in retrospect.
Absolutely.
People making plays. It is that simple.
And once again, a guy making a play, not dropping the ball, but catching it and taking it to the house.
To the house.
I mean, if
not
you're
what
a
NFL
playmaker,
teams good
you gotta
NFL
finish
teams
the
do,
play.
right? That stuff's crazy.
It is. It's just all of these guys actually going out here and making big plays. It's so weird. I'm still amazed when I see it all the time. I am, and I don't know when I'm going to get comfortable with it. When am I going to get comfortable with it? When am I going to start to expect it? Does it still feel like new?
Yeah, it still feel. You know what? It still feels like waiting for the shoe to drop because of light. But no, to Terry, to the old fans, it feels different though, Neal. It feels new. It feels something that because of the consistency of it. And I know we've done things in the past, and we always complain about shooting ourselves in the foot early in the season, and then running it out, where it doesn't matter at the end, it can't do anything. No, this is different because this feels all through every aspect of the team.
Let me tell you something that's not different. The fact that Cintron is the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. They've combined all 3 of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler box. So you know what? Why wait? Try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic, and sugar-free, all in one Red Wings-themed package. You can pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler boxes at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. Again, CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron, and let's go Red Wings.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. Get your customized approach to weight loss with Custom Health Centers. Think of all the way that weight affects your health mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Custom Health Centers, over 20,000 success stories, and you could be the next one. They've helped many professional athletes lose weight and improve their health, like Detroit Lions former kicking great Eddie Murray and also Detroit Piston bad boy Rick Mahorn. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health at 844-789-8446. Again, that's 844-789-THIN. Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Darren McCarty here in the house. We got Sam Flannel, we got Alex Westfall, Sticks out here. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. And as we always do on Monday, we welcome in our guy, the Director of Sales here at Feldman Chevrolet. Of course, he is Ryan Palter, as we recap the picks and the football action from the weekend. And Ryan, you like me, you know, we love America, so we took Army in the Army-Navy game, and we got to win on that one.
I got to win.
Absolutely.
That's all that matters is I got to win.
I'm not going to lie. I was nervous when I saw you on there, but I knew that America
was for Because what have we learned here, folks? You do not want to be on the side of Ryan Palter.
No, absolutely.
Definitely don't.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Pretty good.
I mean,
it's
it's
good to
Victory
be back out
Monday.
here.
Victory Monday. I mean, you can't complain about a Victory Monday.
How's the mood in the office with this Lions? You know, because I see, you know, everyone's got the Lions stuff on, Lions helmets on their desk and everything like that. Is everybody working here today? They on one about their Detroit Lions?
Yeah, they are. I mean, obviously we've got interest in it, and you know we have a relationship with a lot of the players, and
yeah,
you know it's just fun to see them out there winning and doing their thing. And you know, I joked with Malcolm when they were losing with a horrible record at what was it, 1-6. And I, you know, and now he's kind of making me eat my words. I said, I've been here, man. I've been here. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know, after all the games. So, in fact, funny story. One time I walked out after, what game was it that they were going to play the Patriots next game?
Is that one? I don't remember. That was.
So we were going out to eat, and I walked out in a Patriots jersey.
Man, you chose violence, huh?
Yeah, I was like, listen, you know, I've been here for 32 years. I've seen this movie before, but heck, it's a completely different ending this time so far.
No, absolutely. And again, kind of recapping the picks here on the Feldman Chevrolet Pigskin Pick'em Cup. Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, myself all go 2-1. Ryan Palter goes 1-2. So D-Mac still at the top of the standings, sitting there with a 25-10 overall mark. Percentage points tied with Terry Foster at 24-10-2. I'm 22-13-1, and Ryan Palter will get the participation trophy, and that will be cool. I
think D-Mac might literally give me a toilet bowl.
he might do that.
Might give you my old one.
You
I'll take it out for you.
No, but Ryan, I mean, you know, you look at it. With this Lions game and the picks and everything like that, you and D-Mac both took the Kansas City Chiefs. You had to feel good when it was 27-0.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I didn't even get to watch that much football because I was so enamored with the Lions game and being there and everything. And then after that, we went to the Pistons game. It was like I didn't even get to watch.
So you were hanging out downtown.
But yeah, it was a day. It was a day of sports for sure. Day of sports for sure.
Yeah, that is very, very cool. What do you guys got popping around here? What's going on?
Same thing as last week, man. I mean, you know, Same thing. I want to do that contest again this week, though.
Okay.
I'm going to keep that going for the rest of the time. Why not?
All right, there you go. That's the Ryan Palter Parlay Special.
The RP Parlay Special.
The RP Parlay Special. If he goes 3-0 and you bet it yourself.
Yep, and you bring the bet slip into me, I'm going to give you a $100 gift card. And then get you something with Malcolm, maybe even a meet and greet, something like that. And, if I go 0-3 and you did it, I'd do the same thing.
Absolutely. $10 minimum.
It's more likely.
Ryan didn't want this to be made public, but I'm going to do it anyway. He's so excited about the Lions, he's going to go out after this show today to get his Lions leather, and he's going to be wearing it all next week.
Lions leather. What is that?
Wayne Fonts used to wear this leather jacket.
Yeah.
You got to get that.
I do. I should get that.
The little patches on it and everything.
I should.
That's
get
how
that.
you know you're really engrossed in this thing.
Yeah.
When you get the Lions leather, because those things are not cheap.
What kind of deals we got going on, man? We're getting down to the crunch time of Christmas. What's the Chevrolet situation look like?
We got Blazers in today. I mean, you guys see the trucks coming in. We got Colorados. We got Silverados. We got everything. I mean, we've got a massive amount of inventory for any customer that wants to come in here, roll through, and take a pick of what they got, and we'll put a deal together for them for sure.
All right, my friend.
We're wheeling and dealing.
We'll get you back on Friday. Preview the picks one more time.
Yeah, for sure.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we'll be. Listen, I'm going 3-0 one of these times. It'll probably be the last week of this thing. I'll go 3-0, and I'll do like some crazy picks, and it'll hit.
I like it, man. I like it. Appreciate
D-Mac's quiet today, though. I don't know. He's being awfully nice to me.
This is what happens at the top, bro. You wouldn't know. So, I mean,
I knew for a little bit.
This is what happens when
I
you're looking up
bit.
at the top. It might seem quiet, but you're so far away from me, you can't hear me. That's all it is. So.
Yeah, and the thing is,
I'll speak a little louder, Terry.
D-Mac was
talk
brought
to the
up.
young gentleman down there at the bottom.
D-Mac was brought up. If you don't have anything nice to say about anyone, just be quiet.
I'm Canadian.
Now, Ryan, we appreciate you, man, and we'll chat again on Friday, my friend.
Yeah, hey, real quick, just to give a note out, if you don't follow Malcolm, follow him. He's got some merch that's going to be dropping, some limited edition merch that he's going to be dropping this Wednesday.
Okay.
And it's definitely some fire stuff. So we wore it out to the game, and everyone was wondering about it. So it's going to be some good stuff coming out for Christmas and holidays.
Check him out on the gram. Absolutely.
Sure. All right, guys.
All right, man. Ryan Palter, everybody's sales director here at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. We are live here. They got all the Chevys, so come on out and scoop you up a new car if you are in the new car market. And real quickly, D-Mac, Red Wings, 5 out of possible 8 points on the road. I just, I want to address it.
Yeah, no, obviously.
Why are we either in crisis mode or they're rolling? Why is that?
Because you guys don't listen to me. Right, where you just got to go with the flow. Right now, like this year, if you honestly live it where it's like you don't have the expectations of making the playoffs, that it's not about this year, it's about next year, then enjoy it. Because there's questions, because they can play really good or they can play not so good. But the one thing that they've done is they've bounced back and they've thrown a more consistency into their game this year, and they're getting points where they need be. You just can't go through stretches of not getting points. So this was a tough little road trip, and you put it together with the home stand, right? That we didn't come out of there with our 3-1-1. We were 2-2-1, but it all evens out in the wash, and then you just want to see, you don't want the teams below you to get hot, right? You see the start that the Bostons and the Torontos and Jerseys got onto. That's fine. Teams are going to do that, but you got to keep those spaces between you and the other teams. So, anytime you can go in, Dallas is always a tough place to play. They're playing well this year to go in and get a point. So there's just questions throughout the lineup. I think as you get guys back, the next exciting thing for me anyways is hearing that Robbie Fabry's skating again and get him back, whether it's the end of this month or into the new year. That'll help the team, especially I would expect special teams. The big question is we know who our number 1 is. We don't know who our number 2 is.
I tell you why Neal can't enjoy it, because when he sees Nedeljkovic in the goal, he gets pissed off before the game. He's pissed during the game, and he's pissed after the game.
That is true.
So Neal
has
a Spencer Goff problem with Nedeljkovic. But he doesn't have to worry. But Neal doesn't have to worry because the hashtag Wiser playing 1919. When it becomes a problem, then it won't be anymore. And hence, if you listen when Steve Yzerman talks, they mentioned they're going to carry 3 goaltenders. In November, they mentioned that. That's why they picked up Helberg on the waivers. So don't expect not to see him in there. It's all about best man up. So right now on this date today, Neal, and we'll get into it on Wednesday when we do 5 for Fighting.
Yes.
But today is that they're playing consistently enough to be a playoff team. But the ups and downs of feast or famine, let it go, guys.
So they're going to carry 3 goalies. Here's the problem with that. When Nedeljkovic is in goal, you need to play 2 goalies at the same time.
Look at you jumping on the bandwagon. Look
Dude,
at him.
D-Mac, and I know, and I'm not going to get worked up about it. It's a reckless victory
like
Monday, but it
was reckless for the Lions. We're not getting wrecked. There's no need to get wrecked.
I know,
what you
but I'm
see
upset
is
about
true.
it.
You don't think he sees there? Listen, he hates goalies the most out of anybody. Stevie does. Can't stand them, right? So don't worry about it. Now it's like if it's so with where the contracts and stuff, but things are being addressed. Plus, you look in your system, you're not bare at that position. Patience right now.
Okay.
If this was next year where it's playoffs or fire Steve Yzerman, in my opinion, right? We could have this conversation.
Okay.
Not right now. We're just going to have to deal with your...
But see, here's the deal, and I know we're up against it right now. But you got it stirred up, so this is your fault. Here's the deal.
Hey, Red Wings won 5 out of 8 points.
What makes it so upsetting for me is you are a playoff contender. This team is.
Yeah.
This team is.
Yeah.
When Nedeljkovic is not involved in the game.
Okay.
When he's involved in the game, you are not a playoff contender.
All right,
You're not a playoff contending team.
So
You're
you
not.
know what?
I'm sorry.
That's Neal Ruhl's take. So you know what? I would expect that's what I've seen also. But when it becomes a problem, you won't see Nedeljkovic in the uniform again. So when it's a problem to the man, #WiserPlan 1919.
All right.
Or I'm Neal Ruhl. It's a problem now. So now
it is a problem now.
We
but
need
Wednesday,
to fix
5
it now.
Okay. Well, you know what I need? I want a lobster roll now is what I want.
Where are they?
That's what I want right now.
Let me find out where they're at.
Hey, you can find them at Cousins Maine Lobster, because Cousins Maine Lobster brings the best of the Maine coast to Detroit. Try their variety of sweet, succulent Maine lobster menu items at their 2 food trucks rolling around the city. You can find their event schedules on cousinsmainelobster.com and through their mobile app, where you can easily order ahead and earn rewards. It's Cousins Maine Lobster.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Guardian Alarm giving you the best protection in personal or business. I've been telling you about it. And if you want to be part of the Woodward Sports Network, Big D Energy family, you can too. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
How many successful days of flannel protection?
174.
174 straight days of protecting the flannel.
So
I don't know if you have something as precious to you as Sam Flannel does those flannel shirts, but you know Guardian Alarm can protect them, so call them. 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of Detroit, Dalvin Cook. I hope you enjoyed your 1.5 yards per carry and red zone fumble.
And you know what, Guardian Alarm, great job keeping Minnesota out of the end zone for the victory. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, D-Mac, Darren McCarty.
1 day of protection.
Yeah,
here.
1 day of protection. Alex Westfall, Sam 170. It's absurd. The man's wore a flannel 174 consecutive days.
Commitment, I
Work
love it.
days.
He's a machine.
This commitment.
And
Do you wear him on the weekend?
It depends. I like to wear a flannel from time to time when on a night out, but those are my free days where I don't have to, so I like to take advantage once in a while.
And we're not even halfway there. So for those of you that don't know the backstory, if Flannel Sam, named Flannel Sam, committed to wearing a flannel for 365 consecutive days of work at Woodward. Not days in general, work days.
Did we figure out, did any great mathematician at this network break down to how many calendar days that technically is?
No, I'm not going to go.
I know you're not.
Far.
No, I mean, you got. Listen, we don't need to throw that on your plate.
No, we don't. I'll throw something on your guys' plate.
Yesterday, I should have thrown it to you when you're sitting in the airport with other fans when you might have been able to do it then. What do you got?
I'll put something on your guys' plate. Thursday night football. You have my permission to watch.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Do I have permission to watch?
If he's bringing it up, I think he's like...
Right, he's saying
that's
watch.
Like an invitation. Is it must-see? Is it must-see?
San Francisco at Seattle. The playoff push is on.
Big game.
It is.
You have my permission to watch, Terry.
Thank you.
There's storylines. You need the 49ers to win that game.
What's the line?
I haven't looked as of yet.
Okay, we haven't looked. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
We're just getting going.
I like that. What Brock Purdy's doing and the weapons that San Francisco team has. It's got to be Philly, San Fran coming out of the NFC as of right now. Until the Lions get their T, so they can bring in your 100 to make you 11 grand.
That's right.
Sunday night football this weekend. The New York Giants at the Washington Commanders.
Is there going to be another tie?
Let's hope for a tie.
A tie would help this time.
What if it tie? What if they tie?
That would help now.
All of
would
them,
help.
right.
Yes, that would help. But of course, it won't be a tie.
I think you'd be able to put a fork in the Giants after that one.
I think so too. It would gotta be nice though if just somebody would have lost that game. You'd only be a half game back instead of 1.5 games back. But whatever. Just wetting everybody's whistle.
Yeah, but you know what? You got everything in front of you. You control your own destiny. Because you legitimately have an opportunity more than with the way the team's playing and the schedule to match up and run this thing out. Which crazy to win 9 out of 10 and the one that you lost you should have won. Crazy, but it's possible.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. David Mentier says the 49ers are a 3.5-point favorite on the road. Yes.
All day. I book them right now.
Yeah, so there is that. Washington Commanders, a 4.5-point favorite over the Giants.
Book that all day, too.
So just get ready, everybody. Get ready. Especially, what if they beat the Jets? What if?
Oh, it's what's after
team?
Reckless? What's the next Monday after Reckless Monday?
Stupefied.
Stupefied. That is stupefied.
That's your guys' homework in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. If
That's a Disturbed song.
If we were allowed to get reckless, if this happens again, where do we go next Monday?
You go stupid, but
the expectations go even higher.
STOOPID.
A double O stupid.
Right. That kind of stupid.
We do. We go absolutely.
That's
stupid.
double O pid.
Double O.
A double O stupid.
Oh, you can do triple O.
Bob stupid.
Yeah, we're going ignorant. Right, absolutely.
Indignant.
Appreciate y'all. No. Huge viewership today. Everybody, if you're just checking us out for the first time, we do. We appreciate it. That's it, man. Yeah, the show cooked.
Damn.
The show cooked.
Come back and
Accountability
visit us.
tomorrow, Spadmo.
That's right. Spencer pays his penance tomorrow. Big thank you to everybody out here at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer for T-Foss, for D-Mac, and everybody here at Woodward Sports. My name is Neal Ruhl. Well, see you later.
Power to the people.